Hi, welcome to another video. First of all, I'm not very happy about what Anthropic is doing with things like OpenCode and other agentic contraptions, but many of my viewers use Claude Code and were asking for a video on the new update, and that's why I'm making this video. So, let's start. First of all, these are the kinds of updates that don't look like much on a screen, but completely change how you build tools and manage your agent's memory. Let's get into the patch notes, because there are about 5 or 6 key things here that you need to know if you want to use this tool effectively. First, let's talk about the biggest friction point for anyone who has tried to customize Claude Code: the iteration loop. Previously, if you wrote a custom skill, like a script to lint your code or check a database, you had to restart the entire session for Claude to recognize it. In version 2.1.0, they added automatic skill hot reload. This basically allows you to modify your skill files in your configuration folder, hit save, and the agent immediately knows about the changes. You don't have to kill the process and lose your context just to tweak a tool. But it doesn't just stop there. In version 2.1.3, which literally just dropped, they merged the concepts of /commands and skills. Before, you had to mentally separate commands I run from tools the AI runs. Now, they have simplified that mental model. It's all just capability. This makes the mental overhead of configuring the agent much lower. Then there is the concept of context forking. In 2.1.0, they added support for running skills in a forked sub-agent context. This is kind of awesome for keeping your workspace clean. Usually, if you ask the agent to research a library, it fills your context window with pages of search results and thinking. With the context fork option in your skill definition, the agent spins off a sub-process, does the messy work there, and just returns the final answer to your main thread. It prevents your primary context window from getting polluted with temporary data. Moving on to version 2.1.2, they fixed a massive reliability issue regarding large outputs. We have all been there. The agent runs a build, the log is 5,000 lines long, and the terminal cuts it off. The agent then says, "I can't see the error." In 2.1.2, large bash command outputs and tool outputs are now automatically saved to disk instead of being truncated. The agent is given a file reference to read the full content. This means it stops hallucinating errors because it can actually read the entire log file, no matter how big it is. Also, for the Windows users out there, 2.1.2 added native support for Winget, the Windows package manager. It now detects it automatically and handles updates much smoother. It's nice to see Windows getting first-class support in a terminal tool. Now, I want to switch gears and actually show you where some of these new configurations live in the interface. I'm not going to prompt the AI. I'm just going to walk you through the commands and settings that have changed visually. First, let's look at the configuration menu. I'm going to type /config and hit enter. If you look here, in version 2.1.3, they added a release channel toggle. You can now switch between stable and latest. This is huge for developers who need reliability. If you are using Claude Code in a production workflow, you probably want to be on stable. But if you are like me and want to see the new toys immediately, you flip this to latest. It's right there in the menu, accessible without editing JSON files manually. Next, let's look at the plugins menu. I'm going to type /plugins. In 2.1.2, they changed the Installed tab to unify plugins and MCPs, Model Context Protocol, with scope-based grouping. Instead of having a messy list, it's now grouped by where the plugin is active, whether it's project-specific or global. This makes it much easier to see what capabilities your agent actually has at a glance. Another thing I want to mention, which is harder to show without a long session, is the doctor command. I'll type /doctor. In 2.1.3, they added detection and warnings for unreachable permission rules. If you have set up a complex set of rules for what the agent is allowed to do, and some of them are conflicting or impossible to reach, the doctor command will now flag them. It gives you warnings and actionable fixes. This is a big deal for security. You don't want to think you have blocked a directory only to find out the rule was invalid. Also, while we are looking at the terminal, I should mention a subtle UI change from 2.1.0 regarding thinking blocks. You can't see it right now because the agent isn't thinking, but if you hit Ctrl+O to view the transcript, version 2.1.0 added real-time thinking block display. Before, you just saw a spinner. Now, in the transcript view, you can actually watch the logic stream in real time. It helps you understand if the agent is going down a rabbit hole before it wastes 5 minutes. One last visual detail for the VS Code users. If you are running this inside the VS Code integrated terminal, version 2.1.3 added a clickable destination selector for permission requests. When the agent asks, "Can I execute this?" you now get a UI element to decide if you want to save that permission for just this session, this project, or globally. It removes the guesswork from permission management. So, taking a step back, updates 2.1.0 through 2.1.3 are really about maturing the platform. They are moving away from move fast and break things towards stability and developer experience. The hot reloading for skills saves you minutes every hour. The forked context saves you money on tokens and keeps your context clean. And the reliability updates for large files mean the agent fails less often on complex tasks. It streamlines your workflow a lot, especially if you are the type of person who likes to customize their tools. You aren't fighting the tool anymore. You're just configuring it. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel. You can also donate via Super Thanks option or join the channel as well and get some perks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.